Hello everyone, I am Kavya Shriyan, final year BCA of Maharani Science College for Women, Mysore. Here I am going to talk about zero downtime architecture. These are some of the contents included in this PPT. Introduction. Zero downtime describes a site without interruption. To achieve such a lofty goals, redundancy becomes a critical requirement at every level of infrastructure. The zero downtime architecture establishes a sophisticated failover system that allows virtual servers to be dynamically moved to different physical server hosts in the event that their original physical server host fails. Multiple physical servers are assembled into a group that is controlled by a fault tolerant system capable of switching activity from one physical server to another without interruption. The computer applications have gone from being local installation in our computers to web application hosted on remote servers. Its aim is to create stability and redundancy in the system. A system stability can be achieved by avoiding changes in it. Definitions. Before getting through, let us go with some definitions. Availability. Availability is the amount of time where a service is working as intended and can respond to its consumers over a period of time. Uptime. The amount of time where the service is available is often referred to as uptime. The amount of time where the service is not available is known as downtime. The downtime is just a reverse of uptime. High availability. Here, the system has an uptime which is significantly higher than the amount of downtime where the service can promise a high measure of availability. Zero downtime deployment. It is when a new version of the application can be introduced into the product environment without making the user aware of any downtime. This allows for deployments for new features and bug fixes to take place more often without the user noticing. Problem formulation. A physical server naturally acts as a single point of failure for the virtual servers it hosts. As a result, when the physical server fails or is compromised, the availability of the hosted virtual servers can be affected. This makes the assurance of zero downtime guarantees by the cloud provider to cloud consumer challenging. Zero downtime deployment technique could allow for the fast and consistent configuration and deployment of the application while maintaining high availability. Solution. A failover system is established so that the virtual servers are dynamically moved to different physical server hosts in the event that their original physical server host fails. For example, in the figure, the virtual server A is dynamically moved to another physical server host. Mechanism. Audit monitor. This mechanism may be required to ensure that the relocation of virtual servers does not relocate hosted data to prohibited locations. Cloud usage monitor. Incarnations of this mechanism are used to monitor the actual IT resource usage of cloud consumers to help ensure that the virtual server capacity are not exceeded. Failover system. The failover system can be used to switch from failed primary physical server to a secondary physical server. Cloud storage device. A cloud storage device is used to store virtual server network configuration data shared by the physical server. It stores virtual server and virtual disks in a central repository so that other available hypervisors can access the fail and power the failed virtual servers in case of the hypervisors fails. Live VM migration. When multiple instances of the same service on virtual system are provisioned for purpose of redundancy and availability, this mechanism is used to seamlessly distribute different instances of the same service between different hypervisors to make sure one hypervisor will not become a single point of failure. Physical uplink. Physical uplinks are used and deployed in a redundant model so that the virtual servers and service will not lose their connectivity to the cloud service consumer if a physical uplink fails or becomes disconnected. Logical network perimeter. Logical network perimeters provide and maintain the isolation that is required to ensure that each cloud consumer remains with its own logical boundaries subsequent to virtual server relocation. Resource cluster. The resource cluster mechanism is applied to create different types of active cluster groups that collaboratively improve the availability of virtual server hosted IT resource. Resource replication. This mechanism can create new virtual server and cloud service instances upon primary and virtual service failure. Virtual CPU. The virtual CPU mechanism is used to provide CPU cycling, scheduling, and processing capabilities to the virtual servers. Virtual disk. This mechanism is used to allocate local storage space to the hosted virtual servers. Virtual network. This mechanism is used to connect virtual servers and the service hosted on the top of them. Virtual RAM. This mechanism is used to establish access for the virtual servers and applications to the physical memory installed on the physical server. Virtual agent. Virtual servers use this mechanism to send regular heartbeat message to the hypervisor. A recovery process is initiated if the hypervisor does not receive heartbeats after an extended period of time. Virtualization monitor. This mechanism is used to monitor the virtual server's availability and operational status. Virtual switch. This mechanism is used to connect hosted virtual servers to the physical network and external cloud service consumer using physical uplinks. Methods. Zero downtime deployment is a deployment method where your website or application is never down or in an unstable state during the deployment process. To achieve this, the web service doesn't start serving the changed code until the entire deployment process is complete. Zero downtime deployments are even better in those situations, but the vast majority of websites run off a single web server instance. Scopes and limitations. For deployment to happen as often as they do when implementing continuous deployment or continuous delivery, it is important that the application has passed through rigorous testing pipelines before being deployed to a production environment. Deploying an untested or badly tested application to production is risky and will most likely not produce very good result. The system is not universal. It focuses on a single operating system with a specific software platform and database management system using specific tools. Not all systems and platform works well in distributive system and therefore might yield different results. The architecture itself may vary quite a lot since it can be created in various ways which can also affect the results. Applications. Multiple physical servers are assembled into a group that is controlled by a fault-tolerant system capable of switching activity from one physical server to another without interruption. Resource cluster and live VM migration components are commonly part of this form of high availability cloud architecture. The resulting fault tolerance assures that in case of physical server failure, hosted virtual servers will be migrated to a secondary physical server. All virtual servers are stored on a shared volume so that the other physical servers hosts in the same group can access their files. Live storage replication can further be utilized to guarantee that virtual server files and hard disks remain available via secondary storage device. Upon concluding, the automation of the software deployment process allow for the continuous development compromising the requirement for high availability in a high availability architecture provided there are enough computational resources to be able to respond to every request in what is considered a timely manner even when half of the system is available. Continuous deployment would mean that the deployment could happen at any time. It could happen during the time when the time application receives the most traffic or the system has to be able to take care of the whole traffic load. Half of the system could then handle the traffic without any significant changes in response time or availability while keeping the number of resources needed to a minimum. These are some of the references from which I have collected this information. Thank you.